Hey guys, happy Monday. Excuse me. I hope you have a wonderful day. Okay. I think today's reading is great. I think it's extremely empowering, and I don't think it's anything new. I think it's something that it's kind of, I have to say, it feels like the same old, right? You feel like you're, what time do I get to not forgive, or what time am I not reminded of, what my inner gifts are? When can't I just have life be calm and joyful and nice, right? I get it. But I think that we need these reminders sometimes, right? Because the more that you're reminded of something, that's how we learn, right? Repetition. So I think that this is really just a reminder here, okay? Now we've got a lot of blue here, which I think is nice, okay? We come in with the energy of the Three of Swords, okay? We've got the Knight of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Nine of Coins, okay? We've got energy cards of organization and strength, and we've got grace and love cards with gifts and forgiveness. I can say I hate that word forgiveness, only because it's so misunderstood, misused, and it's like it's like people just toss it out way too easy, right? Without any, it's like love. Love gets tossed out way too easy without really knowing what that is, right? Forgiveness is let's just change that word to forge. We'll take out some of the letters and we'll just change forgiveness to that word forge. And it's just about forging forward, right? Now, what I think is happening here, if you look at the numbers on both of these cards, okay, we've got organization is 42, which is a 6, right? 6th house Virgo, ironically, organization on your day-to-day, but that to me is that house of crisis, right? It's how do I make my day-to-day easier? How do I make it better? How do I make it more enjoyable, right? What illness with dis-ease, which you're just dis-ease, not happy about, do I get to fix here, right? That's a great opportunity. You just don't want a stronghold in your organization. You want to get your house in order, right? Which is, your house is you. Your house is you driving your life forward. And strength in here is 7, ironically. Your alliances, your partnerships, not just your one-on-one partnerships, right? They're what am I engaging in with other people? It's me plus someone else, right? And sometimes that really does take strength. Now, gifts comes in with 2, it's 20, but it's 2 with a 0. Anything with a 0, guys, 1 with a 0, 2 with a 0, anything with a 0, it turbos the number, right? So it's an amped up 2. 2 is the house of Taurus, right? It's let me look before I leap, right? I think that it's a wonderful house. What are the things that I value? What am I? Who am I? How do I value what I value, right? And how do I, it's not just a house it's a house of self-worth, right? When you know what your self-worth is and you know what your value is, you pull in all your tangibles, all right? All your material, all your luxuries in that house, right? Whatever those are to you, those are gifts, right? But you are the gift in that house. Everything else around you is bonus, right? Now, forgiveness, forge, is 28. That's a 10. That's another 1 with a 0. That's Aries, right? So that's, I'm coming out of the gate here, and I can stand on my own 2 feet. That's who am I? That's my body. That's my health. I'm going to take care of myself, right? So that I can value myself in the 2nd house, 6th, 7th house, so that I can be organized and form wonderful, healthy alliances, right? You see how they all go together? We all have 12 houses and then some, okay? So even if your house is empty, one of your houses is empty, you're still part of, you still need, it's like having 2 arms. You need 2 of the houses. You know what I'm saying? They all play a role to you. So we're never just, and that's why I don't camp out on signs, because we're not just one sign. We're a whole smorgasbord It just, they fall in different areas for our different lessons and blessings and gifts and forging forwards and our strengths through life, right? Where I'm going with this is, I think that it's just a reminder in here too that gifts come in many forms, right? The greatest gifts are awareness, inner growth, often as a result of something not so lovely, right? Difficult experiences. Where do our strengths come from? Mostly our inner strengths, right? Illnesses. It's just, again, it's dis-ease. It's things, it can be health related for sure. Okay. But it's facing fears, losing a job, the emotional, even if we want to change jobs, that one that we just left, even though we wanted to leave it and we know it was great to leave it, it still was routine to us. So it takes a bit, it pulls on our emotions, right? Even that shitty relationship that just blew up in our face, it blew up, and we can forge forward because we know we have to, but our emotions were still in there. We can't just pull them out and erase them and direct them in a different way. We've got to be kind to them, acknowledge them, and you know, give them their due and then move on. You can't jump through things. I think that enduring painful loss, honestly, compassion blooms there. It really does. You'll get the strongest flowers there, guys, okay? Especially pains, you know, with love, when you had an open heart and someone just pounded the crap out of it. I think that what's happening is that Three of Swords can't hurt you anymore. It's just, again, it's the emotional, the intellectual remnants of something that happened. But when you forge forward and you realize with that Nine of Coins that you can stand on your own 2 feet. Come what may, you can stand on your own 2 feet. And the Ace of Swords is clarity in knowing that. And I think that if you look right above it, that Three of Swords, the only thing holding that clarity, that Ace of Swords, that freedom, that success, that wherewithal, that knowledge, right, is the Two of Swords that are crossed. You're protecting yourself, right? The Two of Swords is, I'm crossing my heart and I'm going to protect myself. But you can already stand on your own 2 feet. So you don't need to do that. It's already happened. We just need to find a place for it, right? And that usually takes a bit. Now, the Knight of Wands in here, I think what that is you're going in a new creative direction, right? You've got your energy back. You're going to go and you know, storm the castle here. But to do that, like we said the other day, you've got to swim the moat. You need to know what your ass feels like hitting the ground before it hits your throne, really. And that's why the knight goes out into battle before he claims his, you know, the king or queen throne there. You've got to know what that feels like so you can have that independence and that strength of the Nine of Coins. You need to be able to know what your Ace of Swords clarity is there, to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. And that's the progression here. We can't jump. We can't miss these steps because they all teach us something. What I want to say here too is, and I keep getting this vision and I know what it's about. I just don't know what the thing is called. It's that thing too. It's usually, I don't even know if they do it anymore, above the baby cribs, right? That thing that spins around, but in the middle of it is that one dangly thing. But there's a zillion dangly things that spin around and play music on the outside. You're the dangly thing in the middle, right? These occurrences, these things that pass through your life, jobs, people, places, moves, you know, children, loss, gain, love, hate. You've got to have it all, right? You're that thing in the middle. All of these things are just experiences around you. So we don't, in that forgiveness card, forging forward, we don't need to own that. These are experiences that are going on around us. The only thing that we need to own is what we're doing. What are we receiving things at? What are we casting things out at? What are the words, the power? You know, the wand is in the word. What are the things that you're saying? Are you saying hateful things coming out of your mouth, or are you using your mouth, you know, your words to better yourself and to better other people? Don't let someone, you know, organization and strength is just, I've got my life, I've got my priorities in a row. And I realize the gifts that I am, and I realize the gifts in myself. And that doesn't mean that someone else does. I may be a catalyst so that they know that their life has just been real shitty and they didn't know how to handle a really great relationship. So that's why this fell apart. You don't own that. You don't own that by a long shot. You're the catalyst that maybe just helped that person, but you needed to take a hit. You know what? Sometimes, guys, we just need to take one for the team. But when we realize that we don't need to own that and we forged through it and it was just our experience to maybe help someone else do something, that's all that it is. And we need to realize that those are gifts. Those are second house gifts. When you know the value of yourself, you're never going to be pulled apart by that. You're not. So forge forward, break through that Three of Swords there, let it go. It was an experience. It was a gift. It was a blessing. Be grateful for it. You found strength in it, and it just strengthened, you know, your house here. And you forge forward with that clarity that you've got, and you know that no matter what happens, you can stand on your feet. 9-2, guys, is the end of something to begin something else. We're continually going through change, right? We're continually going through it, but it's what we do about it. It's learn the lesson, but don't let it deadlock you somewhere, right? The 9 is a great card. It's a card of, I got here from that Ace of Coins on the bottom, that seed, and there's staying power here. You didn't get where you are overnight. It took years of a lot of things, right? But don't discount that, and don't wallow and say, look at my life, I've done nothing. Look around you. Look around you. You're healthy, right? You can be happy if you choose to be happy, but you can also realize that, you know what, I worked pretty damn hard to get where I am. And it's not easy to be a survivor, and you are. So no matter what crap storm you've been through, look where you are. You're upright. That in and of itself is a gift. That is forging forward. That's the 9 of Coins, right? So there you go. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, realize, be grateful for these experiences, and know they really have nothing to do with you. They're just experiences that are passing through your life, okay? So there you go. I hope that I helped you in some way. I think this was great. It was just a little reminder that you don't need to own the crap storms around you, period. So you pulled a relationship in that wasn't what you thought it was. What you did was you offered someone a priceless opportunity, you know, to have an experience that will some point down the line, and you may never even see it, but they may look back and say, wow, you know, that one relationship I have, that really taught me something. What an ass I was to really ruin that. But at the time, they weren't ready for it. So had they stayed, you know, it would have gone in a very different direction for you. So be grateful for these things. They are blessings, guys, okay? And don't flip me off. You know that what I'm saying is true. It just may not feel lovely at the moment, okay? So there you go. Thank you so much. If you need a private reading, please reach out to me. Guys, the energy is wonky, okay? It's really wonky. It's pulling people that have nothing, you know, outside of the ordinary going on. It's pulling them to the depths of a lot of crazy energy, and people that are, you know, going through stuff, it's making it 10 times worse. This will pass. It really will. Just look at this reading, and that's why I camped out at it this way. Didn't pull planetary alignments. This just really is what it is. It's don't get pulled into these experiences. They all teach us things. Okay, so there you go. Thank you so much.